We're live.
Trying to woman-splain
We're live.
your clothes to me.
We're live. Thank you for joining us this morning.
You are woman-splaining.
On habit number 4 of 7 habits of highly effective people. And we have gone through habit number 1,
which
is proactive.
Whoop, whoop.
Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. Habit number 3, put first things first. And today's habit we're going to talk about is think win-win.
Habit 4, think win-win.
Which I think is a little bit more interesting.
Yep. And it's going to be harder to agree with.
To agree with and to explain. But we're going to talk about it. Hey, Miss Phyllis,
Good
I
morning,
tried
Ms.
to give
Phyllis.
you a little shing ding 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 ding. But this shirt would not it is not cooperating.
I told her.
It is not cooperating. He told me it's none of his business what my clothes do.
I told her.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Crystal Blake. Today must be either Tuesday or Thursday. Because Crystal be punching that time clock in. I'm going to be there. She said I'm going to be there, and I'm there. And she is here.
And we appreciate you very much, Crystal.
We appreciate you.
Matter of fact, the show is better when you're here.
Absolutely.
And I like seeing your name.
Absolutely. And Brittany, we thank you for
Brittany's
tuning
the winner
in this morning. She is a winner, and today is day 1 of the first day of the 30 days in December.
Somewhere around 9:20.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around 9:20, we're going to run Brittany's commercial around.
And we're looking forward
to the minute around. So we're on day 4. We're journeying through the classic book,
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
And we're on day 4. And day 4's title
Habit 4.
Habit 4 title is Think
Win-Win.
Win-Win.
Now, once again.
What is win-win?
Now, once again, habit number 1, laying the foundation, was be proactive.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 elements within your foundation are habit.
Thank you, Brittany, for the reactions.
Habit number 1, be proactive. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. And habit number 3, put first things first. Now, in your straw man, if you will, in your decision to create this effective lifestyle, that's your foundation.
Those 3.
We're
shifting now.
Now we're moving up into the things that you get to decide in your interaction
relational
with
stuff.
Others, right? So those are the you stuff. This is the we stuff. You, we.
Yes.
Now, this first we, think win-win, is really, to me, it was more of a difficult rationalization for me, because there are a couple of things in the win-win
let's define what you think it is.
Yeah,
first,
let's do that.
And what I think it is.
Go ahead.
Okay. What is win-win? A win-win is an opportunity for both people to get their way. If one person wants this thing done this way, one person wants it done this way, is there a way that you can find a place or find a compromise where you both can feel like you win? If one person wants to go out to lunch to this restaurant and the other person wants to go to that restaurant, is there a way that you both can feel like you won? And that's a real basic one.
That to me, that's almost too elementary.
Yeah, it's too elementary.
And you
It's
continue
more
to
complex.
talk about you continue to talk about relationships in terms of personal relationships, and it wasn't until you talked about a little bit of more of a professional relationship that I began to come into a little bit more understanding with you.
You was just trying to argue with me. We didn't get the consensus really when we was discussing this last night. We were discussing this last night in the bedroom. Well, okay, now if you go to business, I think relationships happen on the way to business. I think they happen before business, after business, around business. So I think relationship stuff is more important. But if you want to go to the business side, let's go. Let's go. Business situations, business negotiations, buying something, selling something, agreeing on a path or direction. Can you think win-win? Win is when both people can win or both people can claim a part of a win. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're thinking. And I really believe because the way Lisa and I debated it out last night, and it wasn't contentious, it was just a debate about it. It's just that, can you have win-win all the time? That's what she kept going to. And we both agreed, I'm not so sure. Because like, for example, in sports, if I want to win, my team prepares all week for the win, and we want to win, and the game comes, we win. That means the other team lost. Is it possible in a competitive environment for both of you to win? And I'm not so sure you can. Matter of fact, if you're competing against someone, if we're competing instead of cooperating, which is the point, he's trying to say, can you cooperate instead of compete?
Right. And that was my point.
Good morning, Sister Kim Honeycutt. How you doing?
Cooperating or collaborating
versus competing.
And in business, I don't believe, or maybe the issue is that I don't believe you can always do that. Maybe that's my issue. Maybe that's the thing that endeavors to separate me from possibly achieving as much success as I believe I could achieve.
Well, coming from a sales ideology standpoint, there is one selling ideology, one selling method of thinking that is going for win-win. And it's called the consultative selling model. The consultative selling model is when the person that's attempting to make a sale gets to understand what the other person wants as early as possible. Like, what is it that you want to have happen? Well, I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay. I want to lose 50 pounds. Okay. In the consultative model, once you discover what they want to have happen, you want to lose 50 pounds. I also want you to lose 50 pounds. So together we will make this happen. Mm-hmm. That's the consultative model. You work from the same shoulder to shoulder instead of across the table from each other. Whatever the client's desired outcome is, the salesperson make that desired outcome their desired outcome too, and then you can work together. That's closer to me than any other selling ideology towards win-win.
Yeah, and to me, that fits well. That I don't object to that. I'm talking about win-win when you're in what could be a competitive environment, because that's not competitive. I don't compete with my clients. I serve them. I get on their side. I help them to move forward to advance the proposition that they want.
Morning,
to
Sister
me,
Gloria, how you doing?
It doesn't make sense that anything other than win-win would be the choice there.
Yes, but in adult life, how often do average adults get to compete?
That's what I'm talking about.
They don't get to compete that much unless they join a league, a bowling league, or root for a team or something like that. I think we seek that out, especially, and I've had this philosophy for a long time, especially people who played team sports growing up or a part of teams growing up, and they get cheered and booed. They've never been cheered or booed. They seek that out in their adult life, and there's very few situations where we get a chance to be cheered. How often do you get a chance for someone to applaud you or boo you? Good morning, LaTanya. How you doing?
She says, if you're competing for money, as in professional sports or for a prize, yes, you may have to lose. But in business, for expansion, losing is winning. It becomes a learning experience. Hopefully, you've developed some personal growth as well.
Personal and professional growth as well. Now, perspective is what I hear from LaTanya there. She's saying, if you have the perspective that you either win or learn, then you don't have to lose.
Right.
Okay. Even if you lose, you learn something, is what she says.
That's a popular perspective.
Yes. We have another friend who says it all the time, James Sutton.
Yeah.
James Sutton Jr.
Brittany says, I love your pink this morning, Mama Lisa. Santiago McNeill. Thank you. You're very welcome. I was giving this pink for Miss Phyllis, giving her a little shing ding, 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 ding.
You're still going back to that, huh?
I could.
You still want to bring up the shoulder thing?
I could, couldn't I?
If you want to.
Okay.
Lisa was going to wear this with her shoulder off. I
It
said
is a
it doesn't
shoulder off.
look like it goes like that.
It does.
It doesn't look like it to me. Yes, that's her color. Pink is her color. Yellow is her color. What else? Is that it? Black is her color.
Colors are my color. I love colors. Thank you. Thank you, Latanya.
So I really believe this journey through the 7 habits of highly effective people is worth it. This is a worthy journey. Be proactive. What's the second one? Begin with the end in mind.
Put first things first.
Put first things first. And now we're transitioning into think win-win. Now, here's what I think is the key to this whole chapter. Is he wants you to always go for the win-win or think about win-win, but he's not saying that you have to. That's what he's saying. He's saying think for it, go for it. He didn't say you have to. Think about how can we both win in this situation? How can we both feel better about it when it's done?
Yeah, in relationships or in our personal relationship, I know you're talking about business relationships evolving into business, professional, right? But in personal relationships, I think it's almost a requirement, especially in a spousal relationship, to always think win-win.
For example, you do it all the time. If you want a night out, sometimes, well, not all the time, but sometimes you will plan out our evening so that we end up in a place where I can enjoy a cigar because you're thinking win-win. You're thinking your husband's going to enjoy it more if he get a chance to bring his sticks and enjoy one, and you get a chance to win too because you wanted to be at that place. To me, that's an example of relationship win-win.
Yeah, well, yes, that's true. I actually consider the other person more often than I consider myself. But as I've matured, I'm reminded that it's important to find the balance in that and to also consider myself, because although my husband is very, very thoughtful, he doesn't always know what's in my mind. And the best way for me to make sure that I also get what I want is to sort of integrate it into whatever I want, like whatever
you know he
do.
Wants to do, yeah.
And then put his wants in there as well as the primary to bring it together. I know there are certain things that I'm going to not like. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Now,
but there are certain ways to make deposits to help lead and guide to getting some win-win.
Now, this morning, Lisa was in her office with her door closed before I had a chance to see what color she wore. I see you guys still talking on colors. I didn't know she had a pink shirt, but I knew the shirt I wore, it was going to be something that would rock with whatever color she had on, because on screen, it makes a difference. If our colors clash, it makes a difference. So this is a cool shirt. I like this shirt. It fits well. It's really, really a nice shirt. It's got this cool colors underneath it. I like this shirt. And I came in here, sat down, and Lisa was like, "Oh, you got on your shoe salesman shirt or something like that. Married with children shirt on. What do you mean, baby? That's what Al Bundy would wear. Oh, you need to go change your pants to brown pants and a blue shirt. How insulting. I like this shirt. I like this color.
I like the shirt.
It fits good. It's comfortable. It's an expensive. Feel the quality of this shirt.
It's wonderful.
This is not a cheap shirt. So but the color I thought would be good. But she has put a meaning on light blue men's dress shirts as Al Bundy.
Well, what's interesting was none of that it was really just a passing comment. And look how so many times things can just be a passing comment that actually touches something a different way for a different person. I get to remind myself of that often when my husband, mansplains things to me or about what I'm doing. And I get to remember that, he's just doing it from his perspective. He's not doing it. He doesn't necessarily mean it in a negative way. He doesn't necessarily mean to push any buttons. And because he has made enough deposits for me to extend that measure of grace, then we can continue to advance forward in our
Now let's talk about that, because this is a big part of this chapter: deposits and withdrawals. Deposits. A kindness is a deposit that you put in someone. A nicety, a favor, a consideration. These are all a compliment. These are all deposits that you could put in. Insult is a withdrawal into a person, or a negative thing or a mean thing is a withdrawal. Just like a bank balance. If you have enough deposits in, when a withdrawal happens, the account is still not in the negative because you have enough deposits in. Does that make sense? So Lisa has a mountain of deposits in. I could overlook a lot of stuff she do that's irritating because she has so many deposits. So I could just overlook it. Okay. But if it ever comes a time when they can't overlook it, it means that you're overdrawn. You've had too many withdrawals without making deposits.
Good morning, Monique. Thank you for joining us. That's my beautiful baby, Monique, Confessions of the Lady Diva, and Dr. Beverly.
Passing comments sometimes can be hurtful.
Yes, they can. Hurtful. She's laughing because making sure we understand I'm not poking the bear, but passing comments can sometimes be hurtful.
Yes.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Good morning, great, awesome people. Everything attached to me wins. Amen. All I do is win, 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 win. No matter what. You both have on winning, eye-catching colors this morning. Win, win, win.
See, those are deposits. But passing comments, let's talk about that. I was watching a movie with Deirdre, okay? And it was a beauty shop. I think with Queen Latifah had the movie Beauty Shop, okay? And one of the ladies had went and got a breast augmentation surgery, and she had just come back, and she had a shirt that was kind of form-fitting, and she was very proud of her surgery, and everyone was complimenting her on how great it looks. Okay. And one man comes through and he says, I see you had your surgery. She goes, yes. He goes, and I see the twins are not identical. And then he walks out the door. Okay. I see they're not identical. Now everyone else was complimenting her. And he said, I see they're not identical, and walks out the door. And Deirdre said she's going to think about that for the rest of the ever. That one little passing comment.
Absolutely. There are the weight of a negative.
Yeah.
And I want you to hear this as it relates to your children. The weight of a negative weighs 150 times more than every compliment that you could give them.
Wow.
Every encouragement that you could give them, that negative has like this depleting weight, where the compliments have a buoyancy, they're lighter. But unfortunately,
that's a great point, baby. He says he has a number, I can't remember the number, but it takes a lot of positive to overcome a negative. Okay. It's a ridiculous amount. You got to make a lot of deposits to overcome a negative. If you insult somebody, they heard that insult.
And it got embedded in places that they didn't even know it was connected to. It got embedded in place. Now she has spent all this money on this boob job, and they don't even match. They don't supposed to match. Even the real ones don't match.
That's what Halle Berry said. When they real.
If your doctor gave you two matching ones, then he don't even know what he's doing.
Good morning, Mark Greer. How you doing, sir? So we're talking think win.
We're not talking about boobs.
Think win. We're on the fourth habit of highly effective people. But he spends a lot of time in this chapter talking about deposits and withdrawals. And he's talking about deposits into people. An encouraging word is a deposit. A discouraging word is a withdrawal. Okay.
That's why I have found that consistent and positive direction language is so useful.
It is.
Because and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it, as particularly in the advent of so much messaging and emails and all that, less talking. But I have found that sometimes when I am delivering a message that I'm challenged with how it will be received or accepted, I actually type it out and correct all of my language first, and then look at it in a different framework. Because instead of saying, don't be late, we meet at 8 o'clock, don't be late. Um, we meet at 8 o'clock. I'm looking forward to seeing you there on time.
Yeah, that's much more the better language.
And it was received better by the individual, because when you say don't be late, there is an assumption of blame that that person is going to wear even before they are late, if they become late.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're saying, when you're speaking life into it, good morning, Shaki. I'm looking forward to us getting there on time because the seating, because I want to see you, because I want to spend every moment with you, because I want to make sure we have time to reconnect. Any of those positive things are going to create a different type of energy about the experience.
It's interesting. You said you wrote it out and saw it for yourself, what it looked like first.
What it felt like and what it looked like.
And what it looked like. Okay. Mm-hmm. I had a situation like that. Lisa asked me to send a text to such and such. She sends me a text saying, send the text to such and such for something not long ago. And I responded to Lisa, what's wrong with your thing? And then I deleted all that. Because I saw what it looked like. I was about to say, what's wrong with your fingers? You do it. But I didn't because I saw what it looks like.
So yes, Latanya, I didn't mean to get into this, but I think that I'll use this as an example, and I'm grateful that that even if she's watching, she knows that I have overcome this situation.
Don't say her name.
But my best friend and sister has a habit, or had a habit, of not being on time.
She's never on time, late.
Like
everything.
Not just a few minutes late. I mean, like 30 minutes late. And I am a very timely person, to the point that I was contentious about the lateness. I mean, I was disrespected by the lateness. Mm-hmm. But I had an epiphany about 10 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, with that person, where I had to sit with myself and ask myself, again, with the deposits and withdrawals, is my relationship important enough with this individual to deal with my perceived disrespect and contention about their lack of timeliness?
Good morning, Sister Katura. Hey, how you doing? I had a situation with Pastor Paul L. Anderson of the Fountain Church in Raleigh. Paul L. Anderson, great pastor, significant pastor in my life. And at the time, I was president of the hospitality committee. So I was reading the announcements and all that kind of stuff. And him and I would meet sometime during the week, you know. And one time I was having some time with him doing something. And I said, Pastor, every week, the same people late. The same people show up 15 minutes late to church every week. And you know who's going to be late. And he's such a patient guy. He'll always let you say everything you got to say. And he comes across, even if he's judging you, he doesn't come across as judgmental. Okay. You know, he'll say stuff
That's
like
wisdom.
Yeah. He'll say stuff like, well, Brian, be careful where you go because you never know who's watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Even that might have meant he saw you doing something you're supposed to do. So, but he ain't gonna say it like that. So I was whining about people showing up late all the time, the same people showing up late. And he heard me out and he says, Brian, you don't know what they had to go through to get here at all. Mm-hmm. You don't know if it was all they could do to get here when they did. Mm-hmm. You don't know what they had to overcome to leave the house. And he was freaking right. I don't know what they had to overcome. They might have had to slay dragons and swim a channel.
And then even when you think, oh, well, that's just that time. That's not every time. There are some people that are dealing with these type of things for a long period of time that you might not even understand or imagine. Imagine trying to get somewhere and having 6 heads to do before you go.
Exactly.
Right? And then as soon as you get ready to step out, someone else has one more thing that they need you to do, and you can't leave until that thing is done.
Some baby need to be changed, or someone gets sick, and then walk into a place where you might feel some people judging you for being 15 minutes
late. And
late.
you were lucky to get there at all.
Yes.
Now, it may not have been that scenario because I know that there are some other things in line. And one thing that Latanya said, typically because a person has a history of being late, and sometimes that is very true. It is very deep rooted, and in a situation of things that unless they want to change it, it's very likely that it's
I think they see themselves as I'm always late. We have family members that are always late, and they're very late. They show up at events when the event's about to leave, okay, all the time. And it's almost a proverb with them because they say it. Yeah, we show up everywhere late. We show up late all the time.
Well, it's an intentional choice. It's not
they do
accidental.
That, yeah.
It's not accidental. I like that word.
They just want to show face.
Yeah, they don't want to be a part of your setup, and they're going to get out of there before time for cleanup.
And they don't want to be a part of sitting around. They'll come and they'll eat and leave. They're okay with the food being cold. Fine. Good morning, Sister Judy Floyd. How you doing? Sister Shaki says,
thank you very much. And sometimes we mind in other people's business. Like I could be, my co-worker is always late. But I ain't the manager, so why am I worried about what they got going on? Exactly. Good morning, Judah. Look forward to hear about your haircut. She says, I hate being late. Yes. And I promise you, we know that. Everybody knows that.
And Latanya says, sometimes it's just disrespect, but other times
they really can't help it.
I see it as disrespectful too, because they're not respecting my time. And that's why, okay, if the event is at 7, Lisa, what time are we going to be there?
6:50. Or 6:45.
6. Okay.
I'm not gonna be there 6.
Yes, you are.
No, I won't.
When we go to comedy clubs, we're there an hour early.
Well, yes,
an hour early every time we go to comedy clubs.
Yes.
Okay. We go there an hour early.
We're going to see tomorrow. Oh, Judy, I'm excited. She said, LOL, Rex did an amazing job. I wasn't gonna ask, but I'm glad you said it. Yeah. And you ran into KT. Oh, my sister.
Rex is a barber.
Rex is my barber.
That this is used for many, many years.
Absolutely.
Now Julie's using him as well.
I love him.
And they ran into KT there as well, I guess.
Oh, awesome. I don't know if she ran into KT there, but she said she ran into KT. KT doesn't live far from that place. But KT says, yes, that's my location. Well. Okay. Well, we all in the club together. Let me tell you something.
And they rock their hair short.
I love it. And welcome to the club, Judah. Oh, Jeremy is little Brandon's barber. Mm-hmm. Jeremy actually is Rex's brother. And Jeremy, he's cut my hair once or twice as well. But my barber, like my dude is Rex. He started with Big Brandon. He started with, and then he did my hair. And then he, now he does my Judy's hair.
Shaki said
it's Rex, a whole family.
Rex used to be Joseph's barber too. Joseph's her husband.
Yes.
This is
look. This is the empowerment barber. We're gonna bring Rex on.
This is really, really a woman kind of conversation.
Because he is more than a barber.
I'm having to fill in gaps. Rex is her barber. They don't know. Y'all having this kind of. Other people don't know. Other people don't know.
Listen. Rex is awesome. Look at that. Judy said, here's the funny thing. Rex used to cut Omar's hair. That's her son, who is a grown-up, and my son, who is a grown-up. And I have a grandson that now goes to Jeremy, and the 6 degrees of separation are crazy.
Brittany says, depending on how far a person lives, they need to leave the house at a decent time. That's right. I used to do this thing with salespeople. I said, if you had a job that paid you $300,000 a year, doing the same work you're doing right now, $300,000 a year, they'll pay you that money. And the only caveat is you can never be late. Now, if you had a job that paid you $300,000 a year, and the only thing is that you can never be late, if you're 1 minute late, you lose the job. Would you ever be late if the job paid you $300,000 a year? No, you wouldn't be late. You would leave 4 hours early every day to keep that job, just in case the whole bridge blew out. You could rent a helicopter in enough time, okay? You would not be late if the incentive was great enough. $300,000 a year, the only thing you can't be late, please, you would never ever be late. So if you properly motivated, you won't be late. That tells me you could have got your butt here 5 minutes early.
That part. But it's really not. So I definitely feel that way. Like I was telling you guys 3 days ago. Oh shoot, we missed Brittany's commercial. We gotta do it now. Okay. Yes, we gotta
not rent a helicopter. Yes, we're gonna debut. We're gonna debut the commercial. See, I knew. Well, we're gonna get it better. It's 9:28. We're gonna get it better.
We got good, but we're gonna be right back after these messages.
Hey everybody, my name is Brittany Thomas. Welcome to Brittany's Beads and Books.com. Listen, I look forward to working with you. What you can expect on my site is books, merchandise, bracelets, and more. You can even book me for your next speaking engagement. Listen, I look forward to working with all of y'all. And thanks for shopping with me on Brittany's Beads and Books.com.
We love
yes. Brittany's Beans and Books.com, y'all.
Brittany's Beans and Books.com.
That's our girl throwing down.
Absolutely. You can get it all done over there with the baby.
It is our honor to do that commercial, Brittany. I am celebrating you producing the commercial. Absolutely. I'm celebrating you standing there in your truth, looking great and speaking.
And LaTanya says, no, not rent a helicopter. Yes, he wants you to rent a helicopter. He wants you to. But I'm so serious about being on time. Listen, I decide when I had to shrink time. So the show ends at 10 o'clock. And I had a barber's appointment 3 days ago, right? So the appointment.
The show is 9:52.
Right, exactly. Appropriate 9:52. And I'm grateful for them 8 minutes because I had to leave here, change my clothes because I didn't have on clothes from the waist down at that time, but change my clothes and get out of the house and make it 20 minutes away in 15 minutes. And I had to make it happen. I had to make it happen because being on time is that important. And when I got in the car, it said 10:20 was my arrival time. And no. I had to make it there by 9:15. And I actually did. Because my car has magic in it.
Ain't no car magic. It's you. Oh!
Jacqueline says, I don't like being late either. My husband is slow, gets on my nerves. I had a friend who was always late, but I never took her issue as disrespectful. It was her. I just give her grace. And no, absolutely. Grace is important. You're asking me to do what now?
Scroll up so that new comments go away.
I'm trying to read the ones that we have.
Yes.
Jacqueline says, yes, indeed. That haircut is everything. I have my barbering LLC and worked in 2 barbershops for years. Hair school I went to was across from a military base. So I learned my craft well. Amen. Shaki says some people have to be coached about being on time, or I just assume they will be late and keep it moving. Absolutely.
Shaki also says it's Brittany.
It's Brittany. Amen. Brittany says whoop whoop. And Brother Mark says
you or me.
You.
Excuse me. Judy Floyd is still here. William Brown. Good morning, William Brown. How you doing? I'm going to read this in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Brian K. McNeill, I am above ground. Therefore, I am doing well, beyond blessed, infinitely inspired, and manifesting excellence. Understanding and loving who I am and what I'm choosing to represent to the Empowerment Duo family. Step out into the world today wearing your magnificence proudly. Proclaim your greatness boldly and embrace your blessings gratefully. You are created for this moment. This is your time. This is your day. This is your life. Live it with power, positivity, and purpose. Count your blessings and make your blessings count. Now, let's go and get it.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get your blessings.
In
Go
the
get it.
stylings
Absolutely.
of Mr. Mark Greer.
Thank you, Brother Mark, for your wisdom words, but also for your delicious alliteration.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you,
You put exclamation points on that.
Alliteration.
Honey, would you mind scrambling some eggs for me with 3 strips of bacon this morning?
That's not alliteration that I'm talking about. I love my multiple consonants.
He does it everywhere.
And I love it. I'm going to tell y'all.
Honey, I am running late. I will be there in 25 minutes.
Couture says, I am always on time. Tarnez, not so much. Mm-hmm. Judith is laughing.
Brother
Jacqueline
Mark Greer,
loves
thank you.
Brittany's commercial. Amen. Shaki loves Brittany's commercial. We love Brittany, period. Brittany loves Brittany's commercial. Amen. Clapping from Gloria Henderson. We're thankful. We're just thankful.
Again, we're grateful that you're here as well. Thank you, Brittany, for your commercial. We're going to run that every day that we air in December. We're going to run Brittany's commercial.
Absolutely. And please, if you haven't already got your copy of I'm Living My Blessed Life with Cerebral Palsy, or Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You, which is a compelling, not just for children's book that you can utilize to help educate your children on understanding that just because they're wheelchair bound doesn't mean that they're bound from enjoying life.
That's why I love Brittany so much.
Absolutely.
She enjoys life, man.
She's bowling, she's dating, she's swimming, she's doing all the things.
Dancing.
Oh my goodness, we met Brittany dancing. And understand this book can be a tool utilized to inspire someone to not let their current condition to define what they are going to do, be, and become.
I love both of her books. Don't Let the Wheelchair Fool You. I think that even the first one, Living My Blessed Life with Cerebral Palsy, I love her books because I imagine a young girl with cerebral palsy needing her books, needing Brittany's books to inspire her. I imagine that.
Brother Mark says,
you got to do it.
I like my eggs fried, Brother B. Turkey bacon, please. A little toast with butter and grape jelly. Now I'm hungry. We love you.
We love you, Mark. We do, man. We do. Oh my gosh, the time has flown by so fast. We got to we're going through 7 habits of highly effective people. Habit number 1 we did on Monday is
proactive.
Be proactive.
We did that with the For Life couple.
For Life couple.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday was also with For Life couple. And habit number 2 is to begin
with the end in mind.
What are you pointing at me for?
That's me counting. You
okay.
Fingers like this.
The habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. See it in before you see it. You got to imagine it before you could do it. Habit number 3 is put first things first. Prioritize.
I remember that because Brother Tarnez in his infinite intelligence actually thought about putting first things first as it relates to begin with the end in mind.
Yes.
And
I like this approach on it too.
I
yes.
That connection there.
Yes. And whenever I hear first things first, I go, first things first, our papa freaks all the honeys, dummies, Playboy bunnies, those wanting money. Look, anyway, because that's my era. Okay. Habit 4 we're doing today. Habit 4 is think win-win. Go for win-win. Dr. Deborah says, great try with Mark's voice, Lisa.
All right,
Gloria
Sister
says,
Gloria,
have a wonderful
go
day.
get it. Go get
Gloria
it.
Today.
We love you. Looking forward to hearing good things.
Let me say this too. Does your car suffer from ED? Does your car suffer from ED?
I'm afraid.
It's you don't have to be afraid, baby. It's good.
Okay, I don't know.
If your car suffers from ED, there's a pill for that. Okay, it's a little pink pill that I've been distributing. I'm having a lot of fun with it. ED, when it comes to your car, stands for engine dysfunction. Not what you was thinking, Lisa. Engine dysfunction. And I got another cool video about does your car suffer from ED? I can't wait to share that video. I got another cool video about people at a bank taking out a loan application. And it's like, okay, we'll see this. And what do you need this much money for?
Gas.
They say, well, we want to fill our tank. He goes, ooh, okay. Let me go get my manager.
Because you're going to need some cosigns.
Not with my stuff. I got a pill that helps you. And I saw this morning, this lady posted like, angry like this. She goes, it's too damn cold to be out here pumping gas. I saw that this morning on Facebook. So, of course, I saw that. I inboxed her. I said, you're right. It is too cold. If you let me help you, you will have to pump gas a whole lot less often. Okay.
Absolutely. Brittany says, if you guys on my page, I do videos weekly. And yesterday I did something, a little bit of my children's book, and I left it so they can purchase their copy at Brittany'sBeadsandBooks.com, which is I got to respell that.
If you go on her page, Brittany Thomas's page, you'll see some cool stuff. And she does take the time to post it in Facebook stories as well.
I didn't have a Brittany. I got it now.
Okay. You got it correct now? Cool.
Yeah.
So
I had Brittany instead of Brittany.
Well, we fixed it. The erasers are on pencils.
But you can always go to theempowermentduo.com and it will connect you to our number one sponsor of the contest winner of the month, Brittany's Beads and Books.
Go to comments.
.com.
Thank you.
Jacqueline says, I want the group to know that my daughter April is excited to meet the
We're excited to meet her too.
We're excited to meet her too.
She's elated. So are we.
Absolutely.
OMG.
You three under the same roof.
That's right.
I am overjoyed to know she gets to meet two of my favorite people. My favorite new, very special, highly effective couples in my life. Right?
Sister Jacqueline, I promise we're going to take great care of your daughter. We're going to feed her. We're going to make sure she's comfortable. We're going to take wonderful care of your daughter.
And she'll even get some coquito if she's here.
If she comes by our house, we're gonna put some food in her and some drink in her.
Drink. I actually I talked about a coquito recipe that not the drink, but utilizing the coquito then for a bread pudding or a French toast, but it would be more of a bread pudding. But yeah.
Okay, we could do that. It's now 9:42, 9:41.
You can't have it.
Well, I won't have to have it then. Okay, but Brittany says,
good morning, Dr. Deabra.
Okay.
Good morning, Dr. Deabra.
We're gonna thank you guys the way we thank you guys. And the way we thank you guys with greeting songs and with greeting logos. And we're gonna do them up first. Up first today was Miss Phyllis George. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Miss Phyllis, is your car on the pill? Miss Phyllis, is your car on the pill? I need to put your car on the pill, Miss Phyllis. Up next was
Shaki.
Shaki was second today? It was Brittany. It was Brittany before we came on.
It's Brittany.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas is Brittany.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Brittany.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning.
Up
hey,
next
Krista.
is Crystal Blake. Crystal Blake is in the air.
Crystal Blake is everywhere.
Helping families ensure their needs.
Crystal Blake would do with ease.
Do 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 do. Today is December the 1st. This can be the single most profitable month of your year. This can be the single month of the year where you have your most growth, your most wins. This could be the happiest month of the year for you. It really can be.
Gloria, Gloria. Good morning, Gloria.
I think we got your number.
Gloria. Thank you for joining us this morning, Latanya Blackman. Latanya Blackman, the champion of family.
Latanya Blackman, the champion of families. Let me tell you this story, Latanya. I hope that you're still here. This real estate agent had to show a home. Latanya Blackman is a relatively young real estate agent. He's showing the home, and when we go through the kitchen, go in the living room, the husband says, this living room is really kind of small, And then he takes him into the kitchen, and the wife looks through the kitchen window, and she says, oh, is that a flowering cherry tree? And the smart real estate agent says, do you like flowering cherry trees? She goes, yes, I've always wanted to have a flowering cherry tree in my backyard. So, okay. So the real estate agent takes him into the bedroom, and he goes, man, this room is not appointed well at all. And then he goes, yes, but look at this window here. You can see the beautiful flowering cherry tree very well from this window. He takes him to another room. He says, this room will make a great nursery. And he goes, these windows are small, and the husband's gruffing. He goes, yes, but you can see this great flowering cherry tree from these windows too. And in the end, he sold them a flowering cherry tree and threw in a house. Okay. Message. Sold it to, because I tell real estate agents, you don't sell houses. Oh, no. You sell a place to live. Okay. Let's go, baby.
Miss Brittany is here. Is Brittany?
We just sang that.
I thought we just sang Latanya.
Okay, go ahead. We did sing Brittany, but go ahead.
Oh, you might be right. I'm sorry. You
were right. Latanya, because Brittany was second.
Monique Young is here. Confessions of a Lady Diva. Moni in the middle. Where's she at? In the middle. Moni in the middle. Where that at? In the middle.
Dr. Beverly's up next with a logo. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Shocky's back.
Guess who's back?
Back.
Shocky's back again.
Again.
Shocky's back.
Back.
Tell a friend.
Hey, Shocky.
Shocky's back. Shocky's back. Shocky's back. Shocky's back. Shocky's back. I created a monster. Good morning, Shocky. Up next is
Katura.
Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it? However do you need it?
That's right. That's Katura's jam. Up next is Mr. Mark Greer. These are my thing. Mark Greer's up next. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under it.
So high you can't get over it.
Mark Greer is under a groove.
He's getting down just for the funk of it.
Mark Greer is under a groove.
Nothing can stop us now. Mark Greer give you one every day.
Good morning, Judah. That's the jam. It's Judah.
She has a logo then. Okay. Who else? Do we get everybody? William Brown has a song. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Our friend Bill across the country.
Good morning, William. Thank you for joining us. Did we do Dr. Jacqueline? No, we didn't do Dr. Deborah.
Oh, we didn't do Jacqueline. Okay, cool. Jacqueline, well, according to Jacqueline
Rosie, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
I didn't see this earlier, but Sister Jacqueline says, I love Brittany. She's a force to be blessed with. I saw that somewhere. A true force to be blessed with. Thank you.
Amen.
A force to be blessed. That's pretty cool to be known for that. A force to be blessed with. That's pretty cool.
Dr. Deborah is here. Dr. Deborah, trauma healing and deliverance coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah Dunston.
This is not a very comfortable position for me to be in. And your responses to my accidental touches are really pushing your deposits into depletion.
You keep moving it away then, please.
Right, I can't because my angle was different. I wasn't deliberately
doing I can solve this problem here. See, we switch seats, and I'll do it.
Oh, yes, because you could do it.
Yeah, that's how I would solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. Dr. Beverly, we got you.
What do you call that? This is production? Producing? What do you call it? The activity.
Praying your strength in the Lord. Dr. Deborah says, "Hey Brian, I had a dream last night about that pink pill. I've been sharing the link and I got to join so that I can get my own link. Absolutely.
I'll fix it for you. I have so much fun with it. The videos with it, and my team is starting to grow now. And I promise you, this is where you want to come with me sooner. I have dreams of it myself. I'm Dr. Beverly. I dream my team. Dr. Deborah says, "Oh, Dr. Deborah, I have a dreams of it myself. My team, we're gonna be the rhinos, okay, of course. But I want to be able to bring a lot of people to success, and I want to be able to say that we did it because of teamwork. I want people with me that I can talk to regularly, and we push each other up and grow with each other. That's what I want. I want people that we're gonna talk to regularly." Lisa mentioned that we're going to the comedy show tomorrow. We're going to go see Tommy Davidson, y'all. Whoop, whoop. Tomorrow night, we're going to go see the show. And seeing Dr. Deborah here, just thinking about all the comedy shows we've seen with her. You know, we've done a bunch with Dr. Deborah Dunstan.
Absolutely. Dr. Beverly says, we do really get to choose our family. I have the best empowerment family ever.
Love it.
See, I win again.
See, I win again with exclamation points. Dr. Beverly, we love you and your contributions.
Win.
Dr. Beverly give you one every day. She give you something good to take with you. Okay, I'm just loving on you guys today, man. I appreciate y'all so much.
We appreciate you. We're looking for you to have the most successful day ever. Yeah. Today is December 1st. Let's start it out right.
That's right.
Let's start it out with
And you know, it's Thursday too. Thursday's your lucky day.
Absolutely. Thursday is your lucky day. You know, you don't have to wait until Monday to start anything that you want.
That's right. Say it.
Start now.
Say it.
Start today.
Say it.
Start intentionally. Even if that start is the planning phase, if that start is the preparation phase, if that start is the alignment phase, or even the reflections phase, understand you have to start before you take action.
As the poem about, I don't have it all remembered in my head, but you know, often runners run until the breath in them is gone, but the champion runs on in leaden legs. His spirit carries him on. So I don't remember the next stanza, but I do remember that part. You run on, even if you're running on leaden legs, because your spirit will carry you on. Amen?
You can do it.
Amen.
This is your lucky day.
That's right.
And don't forget to have sex.
Your spirit will carry you on.